Hello and welcome back to today's video. I am Ollie Matthews, health coach to some of the world's busiest people. Now, I was asked on a survey site called eOpinion, where they were doing an opinion poll, a survey regarding underlying health conditions. Now, over the last year, 2 years, there's been a lot of talk about underlying health conditions. And what I've noticed is that a lot of the times these underlying health conditions are not the only things that I would say are underlying health conditions. Now, on the survey, it was actually said, do you know if you've got any underlying health conditions? And the actual results that came through, I've got it down here in my notes, were 32% said yes, 8% said more than one, 56% of people said they didn't have an underlying health condition, and 4% of people were unsure. Now, I was asked to comment on this. If anyone wants the link to the actual survey so you can see my face that is on the picture and my quote of the comment, then please let me know. But I was asked to quote, and I actually said that I believe that number is a lot higher. Like more to like that 80 odd percent. Now, I've been working in this industry for 14 years now, coming up to 15 years. Crazy, I know, but 15 years nearly in this industry, and I've worked with thousands of people all over the world. In fact, over 20 countries. And I've seen that so many more people have underlying health conditions than we initially think. Because a lot of people look at underlying health conditions as diagnosed diabetes or thyroid problems, Hashimoto's, endometriosis, PCOS. People look at asthma. People look at arthritis. So many things we see very common as underlying health conditions. However, most people have underlying health conditions without even realizing. So when you see a lot of stats based on certain things at the moment saying this is with or without an underlying health condition, unfortunately, the number of people with underlying health conditions is a lot higher. Now, you can look out for underlying health conditions if you have some of the symptoms, and if you look at some of my stuff, some of my content over the last few weeks, you're going to definitely see how you can start kind of grabbing that health condition and getting it under control. Now, if you're one of the people that wakes up during the night multiple times, or you feel that you're wired at night, you're tired during the day and wired at night, or you wake up and you feel sluggish, that is a very strong sign of an underlying health condition. If you have dips in your energy throughout the day, that is an underlying health condition or a sign of an underlying health condition. If you get hangry, if you get brain fog, if you have a poor memory, if you struggle to drop weight, or you get easily frustrated with people, you get easily agitated, easily angry, or something that I've seen a lot at the moment, if you get bloated a lot without any specific reason, those are underlying health conditions. If you get outbursts of anxiety, of depression, again, underlying health condition. And what is actually going on here, because it's all well and good me saying these symptoms of underlying health conditions, but if you are having these things, what we aren't listing as an underlying health condition is someone's poor blood glucose management. And I see this over and over again when I test clients, and I spoke about it yesterday, talking about thyroid function and stress management and all these different things, is that most people are not managing their blood glucose as well as they could. They actually are having a fasted blood glucose, which is high or low. They're usually reactive hypoglycemic or insulin resistant. And as a result, their body isn't able to deal with the sugar that we give it as effectively as it could. And we have too high stress hormones. Things like cortisol get boosted, our adrenals get burnt out, our pituitary gland in our brain, the hypothalamus, all the signaling gets crossed messages because of this poor blood glucose management. And I honestly think that is probably the number one biggest underlying health condition that most people don't even think about. That when you go to the doctors, and again, I see this more with clients in America, when they go to the doctors and they tell me, oh, well, fasted blood glucose is fine. But that reading that you get from the doctors is a snapshot. You've woken up, chances are you've probably had a coffee or something like that. You've gone to the doctors, you've driven, even if it's fasted, you've probably had half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour after waking before you get to the doctors. Like maybe longer if you've had the school run or you've had to take the dogs out for a walk. And that blood glucose reading there and then is not going to be the actual reading of when you are waking up fasted. And that's the reading we want to take. So I would recommend, if you have any of these symptoms, if you're waking during the night, if you have dips in energy, if you get if you get hangry, and that's another one. If food changes the way you feel, we want to look at your blood glucose management. So grab yourself a glucometer. You can just get one from Amazon, from drugstores, from chemists, whatever. Chances are you can get them from most supermarkets as well. Grab yourself a glucometer. Test your blood glucose levels for 5 days in a row, first thing in the morning, before you have your coffee or anything like that. And also test them around meals. Before a meal, around 20 minutes before, see where it's at, 20 minutes after, and then about 2 hours after that. Has it gone up? Come back down, and then back down to where it was before. And we can really see a lot of what is going on in your body simply from this. And then I do things like looking at genes and looking at health history as well. We have to look at the bigger picture, because so many people have undiagnosed underlying health conditions without even realizing it. And I honestly feel that we need to get the information out there, because at this point, if it's an underlying health condition and it's undiagnosed, that we can do something about it. It might take some work, it might take some effort, but we can do something about it. Now, if it gets left to the point where something like the NHS diagnoses it, to say you've got type 2 diabetes, or to say that you now have a thyroid condition or so on, it becomes so much harder to reverse it then. Because they wait until, for example, autoimmune conditions, usually wait until there's actual tissue damage, which potentially is irreversible, before then diagnosing it. And that frustrates me a lot. Why wait until something is totally broken before you then start looking to fix it? Why don't we see the signs, then start taking steps to actually move forward from there? Now, I mentioned on the post that if you've ever looked to work with me, then you're going to want to listen to the end of this post. I'm actually looking for 3 people, 3 case study clients, because I know how powerful this work is going to be for clients. I know that if you come to me and you've got this problem, we can work on fixing it, provided you're ready. Some people aren't ready to change. Some people want to stay in that position, not want to, without realizing their subconscious wants to stay in that position. If you're one of these people that are ready to change, you've been so frustrated at things just not working, then obviously you want to drop me a message. There's 3 case study spots up at the moment. We're going to work out how much contact is actually specifically needed for you as an individual, for your individual plan. Simply drop me a message and we can go through a quick call to see where you're at, see what you need, and build your specific plan for you. I massively appreciate you watching this video. And please, if you're not looking for coaching or anything like that, and you have some of these symptoms, get a glucometer, test your blood glucose for 5 days in a row, first thing in the morning and around meals, and see where your body is currently at. Then take some action steps to improve it if it is high. It needs to be between 4.2 and 4.9 if you're here in the UK, or in the US, between 80 and 90. If it's high, we want to do something about it. If it's low, we want to do something about it. Don't wait until you're broken to fix your body. Have a great day.